Congress just passed sweeping immigration changes that will reshape who gets into America in 2026. Some pathways are now easier, others are nearly impossible. And if you don't understand these new rules, you could miss your chance forever. But here's the truth. Citizens from 7 specific countries are positioned to win big under these changes. Stay with me. Welcome back to Immigration Fresh Updates, where we break down the immigration news that actually affects your future. Today, we're diving into the biggest congressional immigration reform in over a decade. These aren't just policy tweaks. These are fundamental changes to how visas are issued, how green cards are processed, and who gets priority. Some people are celebrating, others are devastated, and most have no idea what just happened. In this video, I'm going to explain the new rules in plain English, and more importantly, I'm going to show you the 7 countries whose citizens have the clearest, fastest pathways to the United States under these new laws. If you're from one of these nations, 2026 could change your life. Let's get started. Number 7, South Korea, the strategic partner with new fast-track benefits. Let's begin with South Korea. Under the new congressional rules, South Korean citizens are getting significant advantages, and it all comes down to strategic partnership. The U.S. and South Korea share military bases, technology agreements, and deep economic ties, especially in semiconductors and advanced manufacturing. Congress specifically created new visa categories for skilled workers from allied nations in critical industries. If you're a South Korean engineer, tech professional, or researcher in semiconductors, AI, or biotech, you now qualify for priority processing. What used to take 12 months can now happen in as little as 4 to 6 months. The student pathway is also stronger. Korean students are already one of the largest international student groups in the U.S., and the new rules extend work authorization periods for STEM graduates from allied countries. If you're a South Korean student in engineering or computer science, you can now work in the U.S. for up to 4 years after graduation, giving you plenty of time to find an employer who will sponsor your green card. Family sponsorship is getting faster too. The new rules reduce backlogs for family-based immigration from countries with strong diplomatic ties. If you're a South Korean with U.S. citizen family members, your waiting time could be cut in half. South Korea's role as a trusted ally and economic partner is your advantage. The new congressional rules recognize that partnership, and if you're South Korean, the door to America just got wider. This is your moment. Number 6, Ireland. The cultural connection with permanent priority. Ireland has always enjoyed a special relationship with the United States, and the new 2026 immigration rules make that relationship even stronger. Congress included provisions that prioritize immigration from countries with deep historical and cultural ties to America, and Ireland is at the top of that list. Under the new rules, Irish citizens applying for work visas or green cards will benefit from expedited security clearances. The U.S. and Ireland share intelligence, law enforcement databases, and security protocols, which means background checks that take months for other nationalities can be completed in weeks for Irish applicants. The employment pathway is incredibly smooth. Irish professionals in tech, finance, pharmaceuticals, and education are in high demand. Major Irish companies like Accenture, Medtronic, and various tech firms have substantial U.S. operations and regularly sponsor Irish employees for green cards. Under the new rules, these applications move faster, with less bureaucratic delay. The student route is also excellent. Irish graduates of U.S. universities can now access expanded work authorization programs, making it easier to transition from student status to employment to permanent residency. Many Irish students come to the U.S. for graduate programs in business, engineering, or healthcare, and the pathway from diploma to green card is well established. Family sponsorship is equally efficient. If you're Irish with U.S. citizen relatives, the new rules prioritize your application, reducing processing times significantly. Ireland's cultural connection to America isn't just sentimental, it's practical. The new congressional rules honor that bond, and if you're Irish, your path to the U.S. is clearer than ever. Number 5. Israel, the security ally with unmatched access. Israel occupies a unique position in U.S. immigration policy, and the new 2026 congressional rules solidify that advantage. The relationship between the United States and Israel is one of the closest in the world, built on shared security interests, intelligence cooperation, and technological innovation. Congress created new provisions for expedited visa processing for nationals of countries with exceptional security partnerships. Israel is explicitly named in this category. What this means is simple. If you're an Israeli citizen applying for a U.S. work visa or green card, your security clearance is fast-tracked, your documentation requirements are reduced, and your approval rates are among the highest of any nationality. Israeli professionals in cybersecurity, defense technology, artificial intelligence, and medical technology are in massive demand. Silicon Valley actively recruits Israeli talent, and U.S. defense contractors regularly hire Israeli engineers and researchers. Under the new rules, these employers can sponsor green cards more quickly and with less paperwork. The student-to-work pathway is also strong. Israeli graduates of U.S. universities, especially in STEM fields, can now access extended work authorization and direct pathways to employment-based green cards. The trust level is so high that many Israeli students receive job offers with green card sponsorship before they even graduate. Family sponsorship moves quickly as well. If you're Israeli with U.S. citizen family members, expect your application to be prioritized and processed faster than most other nationalities. Israel's strategic importance to the U.S. is your golden ticket. The new congressional rules recognize that, and if you're Israeli, you're in an incredibly strong position. Number 4. United Kingdom, the eternal ally with VIP status. The United Kingdom and the United States have a relationship that transcends politics. It's historic, cultural, and deeply strategic. The new 2026 Congressional immigration rules give British citizens some of the most significant advantages of any nationality. Under the new rules, the UK is designated as a Tier 1 trusted partner nation, which means British visa applicants receive expedited processing, streamlined documentation requirements, and priority interview slots. If you're British and you're applying for an H-1B, L-1, or any other work visa, you're jumping to the front of the line. The employment pathway is exceptionally strong. British professionals in finance, consulting, technology, healthcare, and education are in high demand across the United States. Companies like Barclays, HSBC, BP, and countless tech firms have major U.S. operations and regularly transfer British employees with green card sponsorship. The new rules make this process even faster. British students are also winning. The UK sends tens of thousands of students to U.S. universities every year, and the new rules extend post-graduation work authorization for British STEM graduates. This gives you more time to find an employer and secure green card sponsorship. Family sponsorship is equally smooth. If you're British with U.S. citizen family, your green card application will be processed faster than almost any other nationality. The trust between the U.S. and UK is absolute. If you're British, the new congressional rules are a gift. The special relationship isn't just diplomatic talk, it's real, and it opens doors that remain closed to others. Number 3. Canada, the neighbor with revolutionary new access. Canada and the United States share more than a border. They share economies, security systems, and millions of family ties. The new 2026 Congressional immigration rules introduce game-changing benefits for Canadian citizens, and it's about time. Under the new rules, Canadians are granted access to a brand new North American mobility pathway that allows for nearly seamless movement between work visas and green cards. If you're a Canadian professional working in the U.S. on a TN visa, you can now transition to permanent residency in as little as 12 months. This is revolutionary. The trust factor is unmatched. The U.S. and Canada share security databases, law enforcement cooperation, and border systems. When a Canadian applies for a green card, background checks are completed in days, not months. Approvals are almost guaranteed if you meet basic requirements. Canadian professionals in tech, healthcare, engineering, finance, and education are in massive demand. U.S. employers love hiring Canadians because of cultural similarity, language, and work ethic. Under the new rules, employers can sponsor Canadians for green cards with minimal bureaucracy. The student pathway is also excellent. Canadian students studying in the U.S. can now access expanded work authorization and direct pathways to employment-based green cards. Many Canadians complete degrees in the U.S. and seamlessly transition to permanent residency. Family sponsorship is incredibly fast. If you're Canadian with U.S. citizen family, your green card application will be prioritized under the new rules. Canada's unshakable bond with the U.S. is your advantage. If you're Canadian, 2026 is your year to make the move south. The path has never been clearer. Number 2. India, the high-skilled powerhouse with historic relief. For years, Indian professionals faced crushing green card backlogs, with some waiting decades for permanent residency. The new 2026 Congressional rules change everything. Congress has allocated tens of thousands of additional green cards specifically for employment-based applicants from countries with massive backlogs, and India is the biggest winner. Under the new rules, Indian nationals in STEM fields, healthcare, and advanced research will see their green card waiting times cut by up to 70%. If you're an Indian software engineer, data scientist, doctor, or researcher, what used to take 10 to 15 years could now happen in 3 to 5 years. The H-1B pathway is also improving. Congress increased the H-1B cap for Indian professionals and created a new, high-demand occupation visa category that allows for concurrent green card filing. If you work for a major tech company like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, or Apple, your employer can now fast-track your green card under the new provisions. Indian students are benefiting enormously as well. The new rules extend OPT, optional practical training, for STEM graduates to 48 months in certain fields, giving Indian students 4 full years to secure employment and green card sponsorship. Family sponsorship is improving too. The new rules increase family-based green card numbers, which will help reduce the backlog for Indian nationals sponsoring spouses and children. India's contribution to the U.S. economy, especially in tech, medicine, and research, is finally being recognized. If you're Indian, the new congressional rules represent hope, relief, and opportunity. Your patience is paying off. Number 1. Mexico, the neighbor with transformational new pathways. And here we are, number 1. Mexico. The new 2026 Congressional immigration rules introduce the most transformational changes for Mexican nationals in modern U.S. history. This isn't just reform. It's recognition of the deep, inseparable bond between these two nations. Congress created a brand new North American Family Reunification Program that dramatically speeds up family-based immigration for Mexican nationals. If you're a Mexican citizen with U.S. citizen family members, parents, spouses, children, or siblings, your green card processing time has been cut by up to 60%. What used to take 5 to 10 years could now happen in 2 to 3 years. The employment pathway is also revolutionized. Mexican professionals in agriculture, construction, hospitality, healthcare, and manufacturing now have access to new work visa categories with direct green card pathways. If you're a skilled worker in any of these fields, U.S. employers are actively recruiting, and the new rules make sponsorship easier and faster. The student route is expanding too. Mexican students are one of the largest groups of international students in the U.S., and the new rules extend work authorization and create clearer pathways from student status to permanent residency. Mexico's cultural, economic, and familial ties to the U.S. run deeper than any other nation. The new congressional rules finally honor that reality. If you're Mexican, these changes represent hope, justice, and opportunity. 2026 is your year. The door is open, and America is welcoming you home. Now I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? Are you from one of these 7 countries, or are you navigating the new rules from somewhere else? Drop your country below. So there you have it. The 7 countries that benefit most from Congress's historic 2026 immigration changes. Yes, change can be overwhelming. Yes, immigration is complicated. But if you're from one of these nations, you have real, tangible advantages. If this video gave you clarity or hope, please hit that like button, subscribe to Immigration Fresh updates, and share this with anyone who's dreaming of a life in America. Which country surprised you most? Let me know in the comments. Stay hopeful, stay informed, and keep moving forward. Your American dream is alive.